Ladies and gentlemen, it happened. The rank 1 top laner in China, the Bruiser top master, CHAO MENG, my favorite man, my favorite top laner on the planet, alright? He's picked up Ambessa on the most recent patch. He's playing against a J4 top. He's playing Ignite setup with Conqueror, choosing not to play this Sudden Impact, which I think is a busted roomless character. I'm just going to see what he can get done. Looks like he's already going for that early trade, getting that 8 Conqueror stack, 10 Conqueror stack trade. And Ambessa auto attacks, by the way, if you don't know how this champion works. Her auto attacks are empowered after she uses an ability, and they increase the attack speed and the range. You can just see his spacing so well already with these Qs. J4 getting absolutely blasted. So every time that she uses an ability, she gets a dash and an auto attack reset. An auto attack empower that increases the range and attack speed of an next auto attack. That's the main idea, right? So all her trading patterns are about utilizing that dash to close the distance on someone, and then finishing up with an ability like your E, which has very little counterplay. It's a slow. To help you get out after you've blown all your shit. A very short trade reliant champion. But when she wants to go for that extended trade, she's also quite potent. Because she does get, later on in the game particularly, her cooldowns are quite short. You can see right now her cooldown's pretty long. 14 seconds on the Q, it's about 15, 20 seconds on the W, I'm not sure what it is. E's 9 seconds. So again, very, very cooldown reliant champion. But when played properly, she's extremely good in the 1v1. I think she's an extremely oppressive laning champion. And so that's what I'm hoping to see CHAO MENG do here. He's reliant, player who's very reliant on absolutely dominating his lane. It's how he likes to play. Yo, watch on Renekton, he's the type of guy who just sets up level 3 dives and then executes them. I think Ambessa has a pretty weak dive, so that is one thing that CHAO MENG's not going to like about her. But at the same time, Darius has a really weak dive as well, comparatively to a lot of other champions. And he likes Darius, so what she does have is extremely good poking under tower. Really good respect of the J4's level up timer just then, by the way. It's a little tech you might not notice, but a lot of the time, Ambessa is objectively stronger than J4 in the early game. It's true. So you might think, why isn't he playing aggressively? It's because J4 was literally going to hit level 4 on that one rangeman. You see, he's going for a bit of a trade here and uses the E to get out. That's what I'm talking about. So he goes to that short trade, uses the W shield to block the J4's damage, gets a big Q off to do damage himself, and then manages to E away from the J4 into the bush to drop minion aggro while slowing the J4. Big Q. Q does more damage on the edge, and it looks like he might actually go for the finish here. We do have Ignite available. Managed to use the W to block the J4's QE. Just ran out of stuff, though. Was not quite able to finish him off. I'm really interested to see where this goes. I think we do have Flash, so I think when W comes back up, we might look for like a Q Flash E Ignite W to block the J4's counter engage. This is very volatile though. J4 has to get something done. This lane is pushing towards him. That Q is really bad for CHAO MENG. It's because this wave is pushing towards CHAO MENG, J4 needs to keep doing damage. J4 can't just settle. Because if this wave gets to CHAO MENG's side, CHAO MENG's able to build up a lot of HP with that Doran's Blade on hit. This game is not playable for J4. I think it's already pretty close to not being playable for J4. CHAO MENG just has to hold his flash, so J4 can't QE on him, or EQ, sorry. J4 is going to hit 6 first as well, so the next minion wave. We do miss our Q, but we actually do get the second Q reset, and I think we're going to go for the solo kill here. We do have Ignite. J4 oversteps and finally is punished, forced up with a flash as well. Wasn't seeing if he was running the Ignite or TP setup. If he's running TP, then he is Ignite, then he's completely cooked. It looks like, by the way, CHAO MENG is playing the wave here. J4 has TP. He's trying to get it in. I don't know if you can get it in. Ambessa's wave clear is pretty weak. We are going to hit 6, though. And that is probably going to be our saving grace. Yeah, J4 is running TP. Wow. I'm very interested as well to see what he builds. I've seen Ambessa's, and it looks so shit, but I've seen Ambessa's go Ravenous Hydra first. He's going Cleaver. That's very interesting. We're just going to ult the guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ambessa ult is actually undodgeable if you just use it on them. We do miss our second E-proc. We have Flash W, though. We're going to finish him off. And that's how brutal this champion is. Like, I don't know if you saw how quick that was, but the ultimate takes 0.75 seconds to go off. And so it is almost instant. You can just blind ult someone as long as they're not playing Ezreal. Like, even Ezreal would probably buffer it, but he wouldn't be able to dodge it with Z. I think champs with instant dashes might have a bit of trouble. J4 does have ult here. We're almost out of energy as well. We need to use these auto attack resets if we want to get our energy back. We did not use them in time, so I think we're just going to run for the hills here. J4 can Cataclysm us. He's opting to use it, but we just Q over the wall. J4 flashing after us, but he does not respect the fact that our W cooldown is back. And unfortunately, he's just going to throw the lane even harder than he already had. Trying to force a solo kill on the 200 years champion. You just don't do that, buddy. You just don't do that. I want to talk about whether Ambessa is like a bit overtuned. My personal take on the matter, I actually don't think she is. I actually don't think she is. I think she is very punishing to people who don't know what she does. I think her W particularly in the late game, her W is a ridiculous ability. It is insanely good. But I think it's kind of healthy. I think in lane, I haven't played her much against champions that aren't Ambessas as well. And the Ambessa versus Ambessa matchup is really weird. It's not particularly fun to play. It's just kind of like whoever gets that Q off first wins, because the other guy can dash. Like, once you hit your Q, you can dash. And see, if you Q first, you can dash out of the other guy's Q. That's the Ambessa versus Ambessa lane. But I think once she starts playing against champs like Jax and Darius, maybe Jax a bad idea. I think she'd slap Jax. Like, I'd be interested to see what she does against the Darius. That's usually a good test of if a champion is very strong in lane, is if they can go toe-to-toe with... If Darius can't level 1 them, for example, it's pretty good sign. And I don't think Darius can just ghost down an Ambessa level 1 because her Q has 2 dashes, right? 90% slow as well. Cleaver first is really interesting. I actually don't mind it. I like to go Eclipse personally. I think Eclipse is really strong with her. Like, Q auto is a super good trade on Ambessa, and you just dash out. But yeah, I mean, a Cleaver works as well. I think he may be looking for more of an extended trade setup. Depends on how tanky the enemy team as well is. J4 is getting slaughtered anyway. Eclipse is more of a laning item. Now, you don't get the Q reset. Something you might have noticed just then. You don't get the Q reset if you don't hit something with it, which is actually really annoying. And by really annoying, I mean it gives some counterplay, which is that if you play behind the minions, Ambessa can't double dash on top of you. I'm hoping to see CHAO MENG utilize some of the Ambessa trades under tower. Like exactly like that. Just because I think that's so potent. And I think it's the type of thing he would be really good at. We actually do miss the ult, and it's not like Yone ult. I don't know if you noticed just then. So we whiff our ult. Nothing happens if you whiff your ult. It just kind of goes off. And you don't hit anything, so you don't travel anywhere. It's not like Yone ult. I actually don't think it's a very good ult. I'll be honest. I said this when I first saw it. I think it's good in that it's so fast, so it's hard to dodge. But at the same time, it's like a shitty Vi ult for one person. Well, obviously Vi ult only hits one person as well, but it's just a shitty Vi ult, in my opinion. I don't know. It doesn't really... It doesn't even guarantee the kill as well, like Vi ult, because the CC window is actually quite short. I wonder if we're in one-shot range for J4 here. He's certainly looking for it, but he's completely beamed his combo. We do have W to finish him off inside the Cataclysm. He's in here with us, is what it looks like. Gonna get some tower plates on this lovely little Arcane map. Arcane comes out today, of course, so I'm gonna be watching that. A couple hours time. Uh-oh, we're about to get Demacia comboed. Come here! Demacia! He's gonna like flash ult us. I can see it. Look at his little greedy eyes. Look at this Garen. This is the ultimate Garen player. I wonder if we W it. Oh my god, Galio wants in. Can we W his ult? There's no way we're out. There's no way we're out. CHAO MENG, what the hell was that? That was insane. The juke with a bush? Oh my gosh, little alcove juke. CHAO MENG is such a good player, man. Now that wasn't quite what I was talking about. What I was talking about. Trades on the tower, what the fuck? CHAO MENG, chill, bro. Oh my god, what did I just witness? And it's stuff like that that might make you think this champ's a little broken. And, you know, watching CHAO MENG play it, I'm coming around to it. He's full whiffed everything just then. Oh, that backstep is ridiculously good. Looks like we're going to have to go for a 1v2. I'm going to hold my my yapping for later. We are still on full HP. It's a 1v3. Lux comes through. Cosmic Binding does miss. Garen trying to go for a little bit of damage on top of us, but it looks like we're just so tanky. We're going to kite out the Garen Q again. And look at the difference between these champions. Garen just cannot touch us. We're going to finish him off, and it looks like Galio's going to go down as well. Kai'Sa coming into the meat grinder that is Ambessa and Xin Zhao. Also going to go down. And that was completely brutal. The Garen was not able to touch us. Okay, like, I feel like I'm making myself look bad by saying that this champ is balanced. I think she is. I think she is. I think we just have 6 kills. I think Garen is very bad versus this. Meanwhile, we're getting Cosmic Binding. We're getting absolutely blasted. We're getting trucked by everyone. Kai'Sa's going to ult on top of us. We do have a lot of lifesteal and Omnivamp from our ult, but unfortunately, it's not quite enough. We are going to go down. We see the Lux is just caught out again by a Blast Cone. We full one-shotter. We have ult for this guy. He's already used his EQ to get on top of us. I don't think he's getting out here. Are we going to give our kill to the little Ezreal player? Probably we are. Looks like Galio's trying to get the Trinimir down, but Trinimir does have that Undying Rage available. Meanwhile, we're going to go for another 1v2 angle. Garen, too low to even contest with us. Galio trying to finish something off on the Ezreal, but unfortunately, he's not fake as Galio, bro. This guy does no damage. That was Faker on Galio. Everyone's dead. True. Ooh. Sundered Sky as well. Interesting build. Everyone builds differently on this guy. Oh, we're getting Cataclysm. J4 just wants in. I wonder if this Kai'Sa's pretty fed. They're kind of playing like she is. J4 does go down, though. Zyra's really missing her ult there. That was a little bit disgusting. Kai'Sa forced to go golden. Galio comes in to get the peel, and the Might of Durand is actually going to get us killed. And that is really, really important for the enemy team. This game is getting a little bit tricky. I think this is what I mean. Ambessa is really hard to carry on because the CC is so brutal for what your champion's trying to do. Now, you can't just ult in as well, right? If you're playing Yone right now, I mean, Yone would also not want to ult in, but Yone actually can do some, like, AoE damage, right? If you land a 4-man ult, it's something. Ambessa's AoE in teamfights is pretty weak. We do have Zyra with the... Is it the Death Grasp? I'm not sure what her ult's called. She can come in and save us. It's actually a really big ult. Double root into the ult. Galio forced to go golden. We do land the ult on top of Kai'Sa, and I think this is the angle we needed to open up the fight. If Kai'Sa goes down, they have nothing. And it looks like Lux is going to be next. It's a 1v2 to finish us off, but we've seen this movie before, man. Ambessa wins these every day of the week. Never mind! The Garen ult into the Elder Dragon execute is going to be enough to take us out, and that is a Giga Tilter. Meanwhile, at the same time, it looked like Trinimir might have been ending top. It was not looking. Damn, that Garen ult was really sick. I can have 200 years of game design, but it turns out that 70% max health true damage is still pretty good. You know, still pretty good. And meanwhile, I'm saying this. I think the biggest strength of this champion is you literally cannot run away from her. I don't know if you watched that just then, that there is no getting away from this thing. She has 90% slow and she has 6 dashes. She has a suppression. She can go over walls. Alright, I'm sounding like Cassante, but that, you know, I can see. They kind of copied Cassante's homework to an extent. It's not as bad because she doesn't build... Like, if this lady built tank items and did the same amount of damage, then we'd have words. But that's Cassante, and that exists in the game, so... When our Kai'Sa's going to play this, we don't have ult, so we don't really have any lockdown. That's what I'm talking about. I think it's not very easy to carry on this character. First of all, you're in top lane, so carrying is hard in general. And second of all, you have no lockdown. You have no CC. You're not playing Darius. You're not playing Renekton. If the ADC missteps, the way you catch them on Renekton is you EW, or you flash W. On Darius, it's flash E. On this champ, it's like, I don't even fucking know. We pray. We do one shot, so Kai'Sa's actually caught out again, but Galio with the peel, and this is what I'm talking about. It's completely unplayable for us. CC hard counters this champion. But while it looks broken for a little bit, I think there's so much counterplay. I actually think it's quite well designed, to an extent. It's really fun to play. We're just whiffing our all again. I think CHAO MENG might be in his first couple games on this champion here. Do we even win this versus the Galio? He's built pretty much full armor. I'd be shocked if we win. With the Elder Dragon buff, there's no way we're winning this. Ooh, the Maw and Eclipse Shields might be enough to save us. Galio forced to flash over the wall. One more Q is going to do it for him. We do flash over it, and we get the Eclipse Shield to block the auto attack, which would have executed us with the Elder Dragon. And that is a very ballsy 1v1. I rate that flash. That CHAO MENG is a complete goblin, man. Oh my gosh. I don't even see that. There's a Luxie with the Elder Dragon execute to finish us off, and I think this game actually might be done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a rare CHAO MENG loss, I think. Unless Xin Zhao can go Bwipo. Bwipo! Nah. Trinimir on the 1v3. Save the game. He didn't even want to. That's a tilted man right there. There's a Trinimir mid. FF vote comes out. Wonder what CHAO MENG votes on FF votes. Can I say, if he's a no voter, I hate no voters. I think people who don't vote on FF votes probably need to be, shot in game. Shot. They should be shot in game. That's what I think. You know why? Because I don't like seeing that little thing on my screen. Gets me mad when I see a little FF vote. Trinimir, speaking of, is a very mad person. Look at him. Look at him down there. 3 no voters in this game. That's crazy. CHAO MENG's one of them. Maybe he's not my goat after all. Anyway, that's Ambessa. Clearly not broken because CHAO MENG just lost on her. I've never seen CHAO MENG lose in my life. So, there you go. That's Ambessa for you. GG's. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.